Got him
Good
now.
job. Woohoo, that's a good one.
There's a lot of people out there that are doing some really, really amazing things in fishing that I had no idea about. I've found a few of those people, and I've actually reached out to them, and I come across another account. I'm like, Will Taylor, he's trout fishing, he's catching these massive, massive fish. So I reach out to Will, and I'm like, man, come down and fish with us, and then I'll go up and fish with you later.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Yeah,
Nice
baby.
job.
Woo! Oh, yeah! Come on. Oh, he ate it. He ate it. He ate it. Nice, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought you said you had to...
Got him, relax.
Oh, dude, he just ripped my boat off. Oh, awesome. Look at that big boy. Woo!
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
Tom, how you doing?
Hey, man. What's
Hey,
up, Will?
How you doing?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good. You make it down all right?
I made it down just
Man,
fine.
I've been
yeah.
following all your stuff on Instagram. It's nice to finally meet you in
Nice
person.
to finally meet you. Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you,
think
thank
tomorrow, you know, got a little bit colder. I think maybe we may have an outside chance of some tarpon first thing in the morning. So we might just kind of run up there, check it out. If that doesn't work, maybe mackerel fishing. I don't know. If that doesn't work, then who knows? We'll see what we do. But
Whatever works.
It's be good to spend the day with you, man. You want to
Be a
go get
blast.
something to eat?
Let's go.
All right.
All right, man.
Your boy, Will Taylor, he had a good trip.
Think so. You know, for over the last couple of years, you know, I've really embraced social media. One thing that I do like very much about social media is the ability to have a glimpse into other people's lives. What gets them excited, what's up. And in the fishing world, it's really cool because you can see that there's a lot of people out there that are doing some really, really amazing things in fishing that I had no idea about. This year, I've found a few of those people, and I've actually reached out to them and gone fishing with them. We did it with Ryan Nitz, who showed us this laid-up snook fishing,
Giants.
right? And I come across another account, I'm like, Will Taylor, this guy looks like he's doing some cool stuff. Follow him for a little while. And I'm like, man, this is like my roots, right? Like the guy's up in the Tennessee kind of area. He's trout fishing, he's catching these massive, massive fish in the North Georgia region right there. And I've already fished up there. I know that this is possible. So I reach out to Will and I'm like, man, why don't you come down and fish with us? Let's meet up. Come down and fish with us, and then I'll go up and fish with you later. And it's short notice, and he just gets in the car and comes on down, and you know, we had a lot in store for him. It was
a nice day. I mean, you know, that's obviously the weather is everything down here, but he timed it good. You know, it was
timed it good, but still, he was almost there.
Right for the tarpon.
And we were right on the edge of that water temperature. I mean, we had seen the fish in the area that we went and at 76 degrees. We look and it's like 71, 72, fluttering between 71 and 72. We get up super early, leave Hawks Cay, and we run back into the back, hoping that we're gonna see these tarpon. We get to see one of the greatest sunrises of all time, and the channel's dead. There's nothing happening.
Nope.
It's empty.
Just a little too chilly. I say we run out to the oil rig and try to see if we can get those kingfish going.
All right. We got to see a good sunrise.
Yeah, absolutely. Beat that.
Man, so close.
There's a little structure out here. There's, I think, rough bottom out here, some holes, and even some old wrecks out here in this area. And so there's a lot of bait fish, and so this is an area where they'll tend to hold. But there could be fish anywhere out in this whole area. The kings and Spanish mackerel move in this time of year.
We're going out to hopefully catch kingfish, right? So we go out to a place where the kingfish are there. We've got the bait, we've got everything. We start getting this thing going, and having all the rods ready, expecting to see some kingfish. And you know what? Again, nothing. Something, but not the something we're looking for.
Blue runner.
And Will's being very patient. He's like, you know, these guys probably,
They might know what they're doing.
They might know what they're doing, you know. And he starts kind of getting a little antsy there, I could see, but he was having a good time, and you know, he's fished enough to know, hey, you don't always score on the first bet. So we have something else, which is a solid winter bet around here, which is a Spanish mackerel.
Oh, that's a big one there, right at the boat.
I wonder if I shouldn't try that big fly.
Oh, there he is. Got him, Will.
Got
Good job,
him.
buddy. Woohoo! Nice job, dude. That's the right one. Look at that, 3, 4 following his.
Really?
Yeah. It was great, man. They started, you know, we anchored off the stern. That way it's easier to fly fish off the bow. And, you know, that's something that you can do as long as it's calm enough. Well, those things started coming in, and you had, you know, a couple different flies. Those bait fish patterns seemed to work the best. And, man, that is a lot of fun. You could see them. They were right there. I mean, eating at the boat, coming in, biting, aggressive as could be. Sometimes it was hard to just strip fast enough to get them on. Nice job, dude.
There you go.
Right on. I knew you could do
There
it.
go. I snaked your fish, man.
That's all right.
It's a good size.
Good. Pretty little fish. Very fast.
Not bad.
Great for the fly.
So the trout you can put us on bigger than that or what?
Yeah, a little bigger.
Bigger.
I've never caught a
tell
trout
you
that big, I can tell you that.
If the trout are bigger than this, I'm in.
Cool, man.
All right.
Good job.
Dude, he was ready. He's gonna be ready this time. Bingo!
That's a big one there.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you in part by Hawks Cay, the only key you'll need. By Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. By Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate. Motor Guide, accuracy matters. And by Plano, Buff, St. Croix Rods, and Quantum.
We got out to our area there. You know, it was beautiful, man. We had the current and the wind going the same direction, which is really the big factor.
Yep.
Is once we get that chum going, they're gonna come if we're in the right area, and we were. It didn't take long.
But you know, even then, we stop, we try a couple of times, we gotta move a couple
Yep.
times, right? Like this was one of these days where not everything is going your way every time. And it's kind of like move here, move there, move here, move there. It wasn't long before we get the anchor down and the mackerel actually do start to show up. Got that one.
That's a good one.
I tried stripping way slower. Just little tick, 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 ticks, and then you don't, then when he bites it, you got tension on him.
Oh, and you let it sink under that grassland too.
4 right by the chum bag right here.
Yep, I'm about to do a little roll
That's a good one
cast
there,
right
Tom.
Oh, you had one right there.
Yeah, I saw that. I pulled it away from him.
Look at that falling right behind yours.
I've taken a lot of trout fishermen fishing. I used to be a trout guide myself. Most of the time, when somebody catches any saltwater fish on fly, as a trout fisherman, they're super impressed. Usually, sometimes it's the biggest fish they've ever caught. We're catching these mackerel that are as big as this table. I heard you look at Will and you were like, you catch trout that size? And he was like, oh yeah, definitely. I was like, man, I've fished all over the world. I've been to Alaska. I've been all over the western United States. If you're catching fish like that, dude,
Yeah,
I'm in.
that's what I was saying.
I'm coming to see you.
If he's got a stream in the Georgia mountains with trout bigger than that, I want to go check that out.
He does. Got him
Good
now.
job! Woohoo!
That
That's a
little
good
shorter
one.
strip helps, doesn't it? I think, because you know, they're so
Takes
fast.
a little while to get those trout guys off of that rod set, doesn't it, Tom?
I don't think that was the problem, man. He was doing fine with that. It's that the fish is so fast that you assume that you have to be doing these big, huge strips, but what they like is this little tarpon strip, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Good work.
Watch the chum bag. All right, so you're telling me if I go trout fishing with you, you'll put me on a trout that size?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I'll put you on more than one.
Wow.
And it'll be heavier.
That sounds like a plan. I'm coming. Because a trout that size is huge,
Yeah,
man.
brother. Yeah. That's what we do.
You know, after catching the mackerel there, you know, it's kind of like, all right, you know, this is good. We had a great time. You know, what's next? And, you know, we really didn't know. At that point in time, you know, with the changing conditions from the cold front to you know, getting a little bit better, you know, we weren't sure. The tarpon weren't happening. But one of the things that I thought that might happen is we might be able to find some permit.
Yeah.
You know, having the bay boat gave us the flexibility to go from one end of the Keys to the other.
Sure.
And so we just decided we'd punch in the numbers towards 7 Mile Bridge and go look for permit.
And again, it was the same kind of day that we were having in the other places. It was like, yeah, there may be some permit around. Yes, the conditions are really good, but for whatever reason, the fish aren't really acting like they're supposed
Well,
to.
it was you know, it was absolutely beautiful. The sunlight was perfect. You could see as far as you could, and we had just one. You know, we went to 2 or 3 of your spots, went 2 to 3 mine, and really weren't seeing a lot of fish. And one of the factors was the tides. They were so low. These are spots that in the fall when we fish them, the water level is 2 feet higher than what it was that day. We had to start thinking, all right, where, you know, would these fish be, you know, on the super low? And after scratching, you know, and clawing, we finally found this one spot that was loaded.
Rich, cast yours to the right of where his is. Right there, as far as you can. Okay, get yours back, Will. Cast. You want to cast further than Rich?
Yep.
In the same direction. There's about 30 of them right there. Right there.
You're
Leave
good.
it right there.
Now
Let it sit.
Let it drink.
Don't move it.
Tip high.
You're
Easy,
right in 'em.
Easy.
You're dead in them.
You gotta get bit.
Keep the rod tip high.
Easy.
You're dead in them. Cast in there, Rich. Okay, you're coming right through those weeds. Feel anything, Will?
Yep. Nope, not yet. I see him turning on
Keep a
it,
little
though.
tension on
Okay,
it.
get it back.
Keep a little
Get it back
tension
and
on
cast
it.
again. They're in there. Cast again, right to those weeds.
He doesn't have the
Right
range.
there, where you're casting. Right, stop. They're coming back to us. They're almost underneath us right now.
Take this real.
They're coming right
real,
to us.
real. Got
There
him.
you go.
Yes,
Right
sir. Permanent on.
Right on.
Nice.
Okay. Good job, buddy.
Double.
Good job, good job, good job, good job. There's still a bunch of them in here. All right,
Boy,
just keep
that was
that
a
line
mess of
tight.
'em.
Rod tip up, line tight. So I've had this experience a couple times where when you don't see those 1 or 2 fish, and then you go to a place and there's a big school of fish there. And I don't know if maybe it's just coincidence that that's the deal, or maybe on another day.
They're all in one place?
Maybe on another day they're all spread out, and today they're all in one place. But
Well,
we happened
finally
to
found it.
We finally found it.
Land his, and then we
Man,
can
that's
come
how
back.
it is sometimes when you don't see many fish. It's because they're all in one place. You can see those 30 fish throughout the day and have a great day, or you can see them all at once.
And have a great day.
Well, we're intruding upon their living room right here. We might not get a second shot, but that's okay. We won't be greedy. We'll take this one. Nothing like it. 7 Mile Bridge right there. This is your Keys experience.
That's right.
Florida Keys postcard right in front of you.
He's strong, isn't he? This is a situation where the trolling motor helps you catch more fish. You know, you're not touching the bottom. You're not, you know, with a push pole, you would be making a lot of noise. We were silent. They didn't know we were there. We were able to float out. He catches that fish, and that fish, you know, permanent always fool you.
Yeah.
You know, he's fighting it. He's getting into the boat. You think it's done. I'm about to net it, and you know, one more run right under the bow. He did a great job of just keeping the rod low, moving around, not letting that fish break him off, and finally got it in the net. Yes, sir.
Is that right? Yeah.
Good job, man.
Nice job.
Yeah.
That's my favorite fish right there.
Open your
Look at
mail, grab
that.
him, man.
Killer.
Dude, that is awesome.
There you go.
There you
Got a
go.
permit with Mr. Permit.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he's gonna slip down. There you go. Got it. And you know, Will had said that he had caught just a little 10-pounder before, so right away, biggest permit. But any day you catch a permit's a great day.
Nice job, Will.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
That
Thank you.
is awesome. He made us work for him, though. No doubt about it. Put your other hand underneath him, and there you go. That's the way. Give him a little reviving. Once those pectorals start moving back and forth, he'll be ready to go. See how they're doing that? Fluttering like a
That's
butterfly?
gorgeous fish, man. Look at that.
That's when he's
That
ready.
is a gorgeous fish.
You know, in most situations, you catch a permit in a school and that school's gone. This situation, you know, there was hope that they'd still be there.
Man, there's certain fish behavior, they're gonna be there unless you bust them up. But the way that we were able to do it by just getting right up in the, you know, in the edge of the bubble and catching the fish and then cutting the trolling motor and drifting out away from them, I had 100% confidence that they were gonna be there. I'm standing up super high, got 2 guys that can fish on the bow. We're gonna catch another one. Okay, we'll go left of where Rich was. Nope.
He's
That's
in him,
okay.
he's in him.
That's
Okay,
fine.
Bill,
You're
okay,
in him.
Bill.
Let it sit.
One's
Let it
looking
sit.
at it.
He just, one came
Take
over.
this- There you
There
go!
you go.
Yeah,
Nice
baby!
job.
Woo!
Where'd they go? Where'd they go?
Nice job,
Where'd
man.
They go? Where'd they go?
Will
happens?
gets another one, man, and this one was bigger than the first
But you
one.
know why he was getting them? Is because I told him one time, I'm like, man, your crab's dragging. It's dragging through that. He knew immediately what I was talking about because that's absolute second nature to him. Because it's exactly the same as trout fishing.
Right.
He's like, dragging, need slack. Okay, so throw beyond them, slack, kick out more slack, watch for the line to twitch. He got it, he understood.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo! This is a good one here.
Man, they're all good ones. Sitting here in our brand new Yellowfin 24, and we got it rigged out with a Lowrance HDS carbon. Now, previous to this, we used the HDS Gen 3s, and I didn't think that there was any way that electronics could get better, but they made 3 major advances in the HDS carbon this year. One is that the screens are 100% brighter. These are the brightest screens I've ever seen. You can see them in broad daylight, no problem whatsoever. Number 2, the processor is way, way faster. And number 3, we've got almost all fishermen are wearing polarized sunglasses, and if you're not wearing polarized sunglasses, you should. One of the things that happens with polarized sunglasses a lot of times with phones or electronic screens or anything else is that it can be difficult to see them with the polarized sunglasses. Lowrance made some big advances in the HDS carbon to allow you to be able to see these screens much, much better with the polarized sunglasses. Not only are they just brighter, but you can see them better with the polarized sunglasses on, so you don't have to be taking off your sunglasses while you're out fishing. Keep them on, keep your eyes safe. Check out the new HDS carbon. Brighter screens, faster processor, way easier to see with your polarized sunglasses on.
The Hawks K Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you in part by Yeti, built for the wild. Mercury Marine, go boldly. Hook, performance fishing. Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And by Costa, Power Pole, Ameritrail, B&W Trailer Hitches, and Live Water Sports.
Hey, you want to see more saltwater experience? Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and don't forget to check us out on Waypoint TV. You can watch full-length episodes anytime. That was perfect, though, the way you're doing it.
You know, I've never really done this kind of a trade out type trip situation. You know, it's very interesting because most people want to come experience what you have, but never really invite you to come experience what they have. So, you know, to be able to do that and firsthand experience, especially with a group of guys that I got to fish with today, you know, it was an incredible experience. You know, it's gonna be hard to top. You know, I don't care where you go, where you fish with these guys, you know, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be a blast. And I look forward to, you know, putting them on some fish of a lifetime and showing them something a little different and get them into the cold water a little bit.
He's gonna be ready this time.
That's a big one there. That's a big one.
That's a good one, boys.
Nice job, dude.
That's a good one.
Yeah!
Wow.
Nice.
That's a fish there.
Hell of a fish.
Ooh,
Now, how's
look what
he
you just
hooked?
got.
He's hooked.
All right,
he hooked
can you
different?
put us on a trout this big?
No.
Look.
We're gonna have to go somewhere else for that one.
There were probably 100 fish in that
It was
school.
amazing, man.
And you know, those fish are in there, and despite the speed of that tide, you know, they have this big forked tail and they're in there and they're just hanging in that current. And maybe they move over a little bit, maybe they move down here, but there is basically a big triangular shaped school of fish in there that they're all just effortlessly into that current. These things are barely kicking their tails, just in that current, just sitting there. And there is a lead fish, and then there's fish all out to the side. And where we were throwing definitely right into the meat of that school. That's why we were getting bit. Rich, you're about to get bit. You got bit. You're on.
After catching the first two, I just went in and grabbed the biggest. Usually we try to get the smaller crabs, you know, because they're better, you know, and I was really kind of more worried about him catching another one than myself. So I grabbed one of these big crabs, you know, throw it in there, and I knew that was a big one. I mean, one, I had a big crab, so if anything was gonna eat it, was gonna be big. The issue there was when he turned on his side, it was just like a mirror, just flashed, and you could just see, whoa, that's a big fish. Boy, this is a big one.
That's a nice fish. Good Lord, look at that thing.
That's what happens when you throw a bigger
You
crab.
stay up there with the, let me get this net, Will.
That thing is nice. Yep.
The little ones couldn't eat that crab. It was just so cool to be able to, you know, have an experience like that for a guy to come in, a trout guy to come in for one day, to have nice weather, be able to have a bunch of different options and finish with a school permit like that. That's a trip he won't ever forget.
Yeah, well, I hope he shows me a trip like that.
Perfect hook set.
That one fills the net.
Yeah.
How about
Look at that fish. Oh my God.
That might be the biggest one I've ever caught with this. Wow.
Man,
look at that big sucker go.
great afternoon right there.
Yeah.
That's good, man.